What's going on, guys? It's Jackson Makes It. And today we've got a fantastic video. I want to quickly show you how to make a vocal live inside of a beat and not just sit on top of it. Had to pull out my shark tooth necklace because you already know we're about to tear through this thing and make that vocal sit like it was born there. Working with a 2-track beat has its challenges. Most of the time, producers like to put out their mastered instrumentals, and I don't blame them because they want you to feel the impact and weight of their music. But that leaves us trying to stick a blade of grass through like a brick wall. We've got to tenderize that meat and work it in a way where every element wins. Oh, Mr. Jackson mixed it. Is that even possible? Of course, follow me. So the song I have for us to demo is one of my own that I produced and recorded, and I intentionally made the beat pretty squashed, as you can see. And the first thing I want to touch on before we get into the actual technical tricks that I'm going to be using is tonal matching. And it sounds pretty self-explanatory, but it's something that in my early days I never really considered. I always just wanted a super squashed, loud, cool sounding vocal. And don't get me wrong, I love a cool sounding vocal, but as I've matured in my mixing mentality over the years, I've realized that the vocal is just another element of the song. We're not releasing a vocal with a beat behind it. We're releasing a packaged performance. If you have a dull track, then naturally less high end on the vocal will feel brighter in context with less boosting, thanks to the law of contrast and relative perception. If everything is loud, nothing is loud. If everything is wide, nothing's wide. So on and so forth. And what I like to do to sort of burn the tone vision into my mind before I start mixing is just listen to the beat, the whole thing all the way through. Sit back, close your eyes, and imagine where is that vocal meant to be? Where is that instrumental begging for a vocal? And then once we have our tone going in the direction of the instrumental, we want to create the illusion of loosening up the beat, making a spot for the vocal. I don't know how else to put it. We got to loosen this sucker up and make a pocket. And that brings me to trick number 1, vocal compression triggered by the snare. And you might be like, but Jackson mixed it. I don't have the snare. I have the 2-track. If you're not, we're gonna find where the snare is at, and we're gonna get this job done. In order to make this happen, all you want to do is grab some sort of compressor that allows you to kind of go into the details. I personally like using Pro MB because of how versatile and easy it is for this purpose. Inside Pro MB, I put a band that covers the entire frequency spectrum. And then what I want to do is come over here to sidechain audio, and I want to put the beat as my source for the sidechain. Then you're going to flip open this little expert tab here, and you're going to select free. This is going to give you this bar right here, which you can use to make any specific frequency band the trigger for the compression. And then also make sure you hit external. I actually did a video on this and forgot to hit external. We've all been through it where we're changing settings and we're like, yo, that's great, so subtle and beautiful. And then you realize you're not even changing it at all. So I look dumb in that. A lot of snares do have a lot of low mids, but I'm aiming for this sort of upper mid range. To the best of my ability, I'm going to try to locate that. Obviously, with all the things going on in a squashed instrumental, things are going to get kind of blended together, but that's okay. And then once I have this all set up, the last thing I do is just set up this analyzer to only display the sidechain source. So let's find that snare.
Lift the pockets, coins are really shining. They really think I'm trying. Hanging at the sunroof. Is that what they've all come to? I'll be the one they run to. So catch up when I run through. I'm looking for that one dude that hated on my brush shoes. Cause then I'm coming back to hunt you. Hit you on a drive back, now roadkill on the tide tracks. My presence like a firecracker, crucial like a diamond. They miss me with that vibe, dip is changing like a light switch. No wonder why you got switch. Me in my face and tell me the meaning. I run through, I'm looking for that one dude that hated on my brush shoes. Cause then I'm coming back to hunt you. Hit you on a drive back, now roadkill on the tide tracks. My presence like a firecracker, crucial like a diamond. They miss me with that vibe, dip is changing like a light switch. No wonder why you got switch.
So that really helps to make the vocal dance with the snare, dance with the percussive elements of the 2-track, and that's going to tuck it and make it feel affected by the room it's in. If we're having a live performance, when that snare hits, naturally it will overpower a certain element of the vocal, whatever it may be. This is a killer trick. As you can hear, it really just tucks it, and it's so subtle, but it does a lot. So I'm going to leave all these tricks on as I go, and that way at the end we can bypass and re-engage and see, did it make the difference that we are after. So the very next trick, which is trick number 2, which is using Soothe 2, how I like to do, to musically carve out space in the instrumental. And I really like to use this trick on the upper mids because so much of that vocal's presence and clarity is there, and we want more of that space. But I also like to use this trick on the lower mids because so much of the vocal's fundamental lives in low mids. And with all these modern big productions having so much bass and they're just so full and thick, and a lot of times that can cause the vocal to not pop. And what's cool about this is it's only going to dip those frequencies in the beat when the vocal is active. So when the vocal is not active, the beat can come back up in its full glory. So the way Soothe 2 opens up is pretty much how I like it. I do scoot this down like this, give it a little pop at 250, widen that Q, let it know these are the points I want it to focus on. And then I got to select my sidechain source as the vocal. Turn on sidechain. Let's hear what it's doing.
System failure.
Look me in my eyes and give me a reason why I shouldn't go up and fantasize about the life that I'm seizing. I'm seeing 24, not talking years, I'm talking the seasons. Purple leaves been falling, Willy Wonka blessed after sneezing. Nah, I didn't mind it. It's like my brain's been on vacation, haters couldn't find it. I've stayed the same, but in a way that's only perfect timing. So when I change, flip the pockets, coins are really shining. They really think I'm trying. Hanging out the sunroof, it's sad what they've all come to. I'll be the one they run to, so catch up when I run through. I'm looking for that one dude that hated on my brush shoes. Cause then I'm coming back to hunt you. Hit you on a drive back, now roadkill on a tide tracks. My presence like a firecracker, crucial like a dime method. Miss me with that vibe, dip is chase.
Wow. If we did not just take such a huge step towards this song being mixed, then I don't know what we did. I've got it cranking pretty hard, and that's quite frankly amazing. This is one of those tricks that kind of will give you that perspective shift you didn't know you needed. It's kind of like when you run your mix through a piece of analog gear, it's like taking a blanket off the speakers that you had no idea was there. Guys, is your song fire but your master weak? This is a huge problem I'm seeing a ton of independent artists overlook, especially in this new era. So I've decided to create a super accessible hybrid mastering service available to the masses. I use real analog hardware and pro grade plugins to deliver huge, clear, streaming ready masters. No presets, no robots, just your music sounding the way it was meant to. And yeah, this might be a little crazy, but you can grab yours today for just 25 bucks. Don't sleep on your sound's potential. It's time to do what 99% aren't. Let's make your next release a hit. Now back to the video. Well, that was awesome. And that brings us to our next trick, which is trick number 3. This is the most simple thing in the entire world. It's just some mix bus compression, but I like to use a specific type, which is very mute compression. It's very musical and I get some beautiful tone. My go-to mix bus compressor is this SPL iron. The reason I brought this up, even though it's so commonly known, because I wanted to see if I can change the perspective about what we're trying to do here. I'm not really looking to really slam this thing and punch it with decompression. What I'm mainly looking for is tone. I want to dress the vocal and the beat in the same colored clothes. So that's why I come to the SPL iron. This thing, if this plugin sounds this good, I'm scared of what the hardware sounds like. I'll just say that. Let's see what we got.
System failure.
Look me in my eyes and give me a reason why I shouldn't go up and fantasize about the life that I'm seizing. I'm seeing 24, not talking years, I'm talking the seasons. Purple leaves been falling, Willy Wonka blessed after sneezing. Nah, I didn't mind it. It's like my brain's been on vacation, haters couldn't find it. I've stayed the same, but in...
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. This thing's an absolute beast. I highly recommend this plugin. Yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of other great ones out there. So yeah, this very mute mix bus compression is definitely more of a tone shaper for me than it is a actual dynamics changer, even though we're getting about 2 dB of reduction. Alrighty, we are on to trick number 4, which is a beautiful trick that I don't hear many people talking about. And I call it the Gluey Reverb. It's a reverb that I use apart from all my creative effects, flavor-wise, to just achieve some sort of cohesion and I can't explain it very well, but I'm going to try my best as to why this works. So in Pro R2, I start with this vocal to mix glue preset right here, and I change some of the settings in it. So I put the pre-delay to 0 because I want it to be a part of the vocal right behind it. Distance 34% closer. I reduce the time of it to 1.5-ish seconds, somewhere around there. It really depends on the song. Reduce the brightness a tad. Width is about 50%, which is about standard stereo. So it's not really wide. It's kind of just the naturally where it's meant to be. No ducking, mix all the way up. And as you can see, all this blue EQ up here on this plugin is just the decay rate of that frequency band or area. So the lower you drag it, the faster that frequency of the reverb will decay away. And you'll notice the whole thing is decaying very fast. So let's hear what it sounds like.
Look me in my eyes and give me a reason why I shouldn't go up and fantasize about the life that I'm seizing. I'm seeing 24, not talking years, I'm talking the seasons. Purple leaves been falling, Willy Wonka blessed after sneezing. Nah, I didn't mind it. It's like my brain's been on vacation, haters couldn't find it.
So it's bringing a lot of presence to that upper mid range. And as you can see over here on my bus, I'm not bringing in very much. This thing's sounding amazing. We're moving along. We are moving along and we are getting inside of that beat. Onward to trick number 5. This trick is actually going to make the vocal pop more, but in context of the beat. So we're gonna pull up Pro Q4. A lot of EQs have mid-side processing. This one's just my favorite. So all I do is create a very simple point right here at 2K. I select stereo placement and I select mid. So that way we're pulling just a little bit more of that presence that the vocal wants out of the beat. Not much, not much, not much. Let's see what this sounds like.
Roof is sad what they've all come to. I'll be the one they run to, so catch up when I run through. I'm looking for that one dude that hated on my brush shoes. Cause then I'm coming back to haunt you. Hit you on a drive back, now roadkill on the tide tracks. My presence like a firecracker, crucial like a dime method. Miss me with that vibe, dip is changing like a light switch. No wonder why you got switch. Roof is sad what they've all come to. I'll be the one they run to, so catch up when I run through. I'm
Interesting. I actually like it there at 1K the most, and I'm pulling 3 dB out of the middle of the beat. Simple moves. All these moves are compounding towards our goal of getting inside that 2-track. That was nasty work right there, which puts us onward to trick number 6. And this is actually the last trick. And it's a trick I'm not sure I want for this song, but I'm going to try it. And it is saturating the upper mid-range of the beat. Obviously, Saturn 2 is going to be the best possible way to do this. FabFilter is just overpowered. So I'm creating a band, let's see, at like 600 up to like 6K. Let's try it. I don't know. This is real. You're watching this happen in real time. So the reason this can work for creating that pocket is because when you saturate, you really decrease the dynamics of the source. A lot of times something like gentle tape does not affect the dynamics at all, but I find it, especially if there's any bit of harshness in an instrumental. Like yesterday, for example, I had a mix where the snare and the perk were, oh my gosh, like blowing my ears off. I was trying Soothe, I was using multiband compression, and the thing that carried all the heavy weight was Saturn 2 on the upper mid-range, smoothing out that beautiful area that our ears are so sensitive to. Make sure these bands are off, and I'll just slowly bring it up.
I stay the same, but in a way that's only perfect timing. So when I change, fill up the pockets, coins are really shining. They really think I'm trying. Hanging out the sun, roof is sad what they've all come to. I'll be the one they run to, so catch up when I run through. I'm looking for that one dude that hated on my brush shoes. Cause then I'm coming back to haunt you. Hit you on a
I actually really enjoy that. It's allowing us to hear more of the mids and upper mids of the instrumental without them getting in the way of the vocal, delicately smoothing things over. And a bonus trick for you as well, if you're dealing with really harsh hi-hats or overheads on a drum kit or anything like that, saturate the high end and you'll be amazed at how smooth, buttery, creamy, and amazing it makes them sound. And that's what I've got for you today, guys. Let's hear the hook of the song before everything we did and after everything we did.
hanging out the sun, roof is sad what they've all come to. I'll be the one they run to, so catch up when I run through. I'm looking for that one dude that hated on my brush shoes. Cause then I'm coming back to haunt you. Hit you on a drive back, now roadkill on the tide tracks. My presence like a firecracker, crucial like a dime method. Miss me with that vibe, dip is changing like a light switch. No wonder why you got switch.
And I hope this helped you along in your mixing journey. Make sure you go down in the description below and check out all the free, beautiful goodies I've got. Got a lot of cool stuff on the way. Yeah, if you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Let's connect. Send me an email, jackson@spacemapstudios.com, and that'll be great. Peace out, guys.